The next part of my layering system to me is the most crucial and the most critical part of the layering system. And that is a Gore-Tex rain gear. And just because it's rain gear doesn't mean you have to wear it when it's raining. Hey guys, today with the warmer weather starting to show itself a little bit in central Wisconsin, I'm getting excited about getting out on the water. It made me think about fishing in the spring and how it can be chilly sometimes, especially in the morning, and how it's really important to dress in layers. So today what I wanted to talk to you about is how I dress and what I use for my layers so that as the day warms up, I can kind of take some of those layers off and stay comfortable throughout the day. So the real key for me to make a day on the water fun and comfortable is to make sure I'm dressed properly. And in a lot of climates, if you guys watched the BPT a couple of weeks ago, they were down in Texas at Lake Fork and they started the day off and it was a really nice day one day, and by probably 11:30, 12 o'clock, all the pros were putting on all their layers and their rain gear and everything. And the key to a successful day is you've got to have the right equipment. We all think about our boats and our tackle, our rods and reels and all that, but I think a lot of people underestimate the importance of their clothing. So I really want to talk about layering and my process and my system for doing that. So it really starts for me with a really good base layer. And I have tried several over the years, and I've got to tell you the brand that I've settled on, and it's a merino wool, and it's called Smart Wool is the brand. I know it's not inexpensive. I believe it's around $100 for a top and $100 for a bottom. But I found that it works best for me. You don't really sweat in it. The merino wool works really well to not only insulate your body, but to also keep you dry, which is a key to staying warm. So that's my base layer, a good merino wool product. And again, Smart Wool is a product that I like to use. So after I have my Smart Wool on for my base layer, the next layer is kind of dependent on looking at the weather and seeing what the day is going to be. So if it's 25 in the morning and the day is only going to get up into the 40s with a pretty brisk wind, I'll probably use, for my next layer over top of my base layer, I'll probably use a heavier product. And one product that I found that I really like is an AFTCO sweatshirt. It's a fairly heavy product. But the really nice thing about this is it has a built-in face mask and a gaiter for your neck. And that really helps keep the wind from going down your back. So if it's going to be a pretty brisk day, again, not getting out of the 40s or even into the 50s, but with a stiff wind, I'll put on a heavier layer over top of my base layer. So that's my next layer. If it's cool in the morning, but I look at the weather and in the afternoon it's going to hit the 60s and maybe if I'm really lucky the 70s, I'll put a little bit lighter layer over top of that base layer of Smart Wool. And a lot of times that'll just be a simple hook shirt. And I really like hook. It breathes well. It's comfortable. I prefer to normally wear the shirts that they have with a hood, but in this case when I'm layering, I'll wear the shirts without a hood because for me, if I get too much around my neck, it just gets to be too much. And my coat's going to have a hood on it, so I would prefer to not have that later in the day. Socks are very important as well. And again, I really like the Smart Wool product. It's a merino wool, keeps your feet dry, but it also keeps them warm. Again, not an inexpensive product. A pair of good Smart Wool socks are probably in that $20 to $25 range. But again, if you take care of this stuff, it's going to last you potentially a lifetime if you really take care of it. So Smart Wool makes a good product. A little bit heavier sock that I like is made by Keen, K-E-E-N. They also make shoes, if you recognize that name. This is a little bit heavier sock. It's also wool, but probably about, I'd say it's half as thick again as the Smart Wool socks that I like. And we'll put links below in the description section of the video for these various products so that you can find them and do a little research on your own. So socks are very important. Another thing that's really important that I think often gets overlooked is a good stocking cap. It doesn't have to be a heavy hat. I personally don't like real heavy hats. I prefer a medium one. I will tell you that this, along with a gaiter or a hood, is going to go a long ways to keep you warm. I don't know how many people realize it, but the area of your body where you lose the greatest amount of heat is your head. So having a good stocking cap will help keep you warm. I prefer to not fish with gloves, and I don't think I'm unique in that standpoint, but there are days where it's cold enough that you just have to have some type of a glove. I like to have a little bit lighter weight glove. These particular gloves are made by Cast King, and again, we'll put some links in the description for you. But the cool part about these is that the fingertips open up, so you can fold those back, and you can have your fingers out of the gloves, which is nice, along as well as your thumb. So that does give you a little bit of extra feel with the rod and the reel. There are just some days, guys, where you just can't, at least I can't, go without a glove. The next part of my layering system, to me, is the most crucial and the most critical part of the layering system. And it can also be the most expensive. But I will tell you again, this is a part of your fishing equipment that you really need to take serious and try on and do the research and find a product that fits you well. And that is a Gore-Tex rain gear. And just because it's rain gear doesn't mean you have to wear it when it's raining. I've done a lot of research. I've had a few different suits over the years. I had the 100-mile-an-hour Bass Pro suit for a while. I really like that suit. What I didn't like about it was it was very bulky. I kind of felt like I had a rain poncho on. I prefer more tight-fitting clothes, especially when I'm fishing and hunting, so I don't feel like it restricts my movement. And I also want to be able to cast fluid and that type of stuff, so I don't want real baggy clothes. So last year, the product that I tried was Gill, and I've got to tell you, I'm head over heels for this stuff. It fits me very well. The particular bibs I have are the Pro bibs, and again, we'll put a link to this in the description. But these bibs are awesome. Things I like about this particular bib is it has a nice wide shoulder strap, so it doesn't dig in your shoulders over the course of the day. The back, it has a full back, so again, it helps support that bib on your back so it's not all weighting down on your shoulders. Some of the bibs that have the narrow shoulder straps can really start to dig in your shoulders and be uncomfortable over the course of a day. Other features I like about this: full zip pant leg, so they're easy to get in and out of. So that the leg opens up completely, real easy to get in and out of with your boots or your shoes, and the zipper is two-way, so it's got a double zipper. One can go down and one can come up, depending on how you want to get in. Other features that I like about it: has a little pouch up front, and this is perfect for a cell phone, extra batteries for my GoPros, just all kinds of stuff that I can put in here for us guys. Convenient. I know it's a little awkward to talk about, but rather than having to take your coat off and your bibs all the way down to go to the restroom, you just have a quick fly down here. And you're going to look and see that a lot of bibs either have a full zipper or they don't have a zipper at all. So that was one of the huge selling features of this particular pant. Also has a couple of pockets up front for putting things in. If I'm drop shotting or something like that, sometimes if I got a plastic that's really working, I'll just throw the plastic bag in my pocket here. Just a really nice pant. To give you an idea, I'm 6'3", around 225 pounds, and I wear the XL, and they fit me really well. And again, a pair of really good Gore-Tex rain bibs and jacket do not have to be worn when it's raining. The Gore-Tex product is awesome at stopping wind. And when you're out fishing, you guys know the wind is one of your biggest enemies when it comes to trying to stay warm. So trust me, the Gore-Tex is worth the investment. Even I love those bibs, but I think what I fell in love with even more is their winter jacket. This thing is phenomenal, you guys. It's super comfortable, super warm. It's a little bit thicker than your average raincoat, but not by much. And again, it's a winter, jacket. It's got a nice pocket inside for putting your phone, different things like that. Zipped side pockets. And the thing that I love the best about it is it fits awesome. And again, I'm 6'3", 225 pounds. I have the XL and it fits me. I love the way it fits. It has a little bit of a trim fit to it. So it's tight. And I apologize, this might get a little bit loud because of my lapel mic. But you can see it fits really nice. I'm not constricted. I don't feel like I've got a whole bunch of extra coat underneath here, and it fits nice around the waist, and coupled with the bibs, you stay bone dry. This thing is just, I love it. It has 2 external breast pockets. Waist pockets down here that are also zippered, and it also has Gill's Vortex hood on it, which is really cool. It's a vented hood. So when you have this up, you can pull it down tight and it's vented so the air comes out the back, but it lets the air flow over the hood and out the back without going down your back. So it's not like it's making you cold. But what's awesome about that is you can be running 50, 60, 70 miles an hour down the lake, and this is not acting like a parachute and putting strain on your neck. The air just flows right through it. Hands down, guys, best jacket on the market in my opinion. So guys, that's really it for me. A really good base layer, pair of jeans over top of my bottom. I didn't mention pants, but normally for me it's a pair of jeans when it's cooler out like that. The top depends on what that afternoon temperature is going to get. If it's going to get warmer, I'll use a lighter fishing shirt, like a hook long sleeve shirt over top of my base layer. If it's going to stay cool, I'll use like that AFTCO sweatshirt that I showed you. For an outer layer, to me, it's all about the Gore-Tex bibs and Gore-Tex jacket. And the Gill bibs and that winter Gill jacket, to me, are money. And they literally are money. They're not inexpensive, but again, we spend thousands of dollars on electronics and boats and power poles and raptors and tackle and all that kind of stuff. Do yourself a favor, spend a little money on your clothes. It's just as important as all that other stuff, because if you're miserable on the water, you're not going to have a good day of fishing. So guys, that's it. I'd love to see in the comments what you guys do. Maybe give me some ideas. I'm always looking for ideas on ways to improve. So tight lines, have fun fishing, and we'll see you next time.